Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy late Diwali, and any other holiday that you might be celebrating this time of year. Welcome back to the Silvercast. We want to thank everyone with a surprise holiday edition of the Silvercast and show our gratitude towards all of our supporters and who are returning. Thank you, and if you're new to the Silvercast, welcome and thank you too. Normally, we post on either my channel or Silver Conundrum's channel, but for this special edition, we're gonna have this one video posted on both of our channels. How are you doing today, Silver Conundrum?
Brother, I am doing great. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays, Kwanzaa, you name it. Hope everybody's having a good season so far.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's 5 a.m. here in Korea on Christmas Eve, so I'm excited. Last year, my kids were too young to really enjoy Christmas. I set them in front of the tree and I did like this big countdown and everything, and they kind of just sat there. They were like even too young to sit up straight, so they didn't really react.
Oh
First
man,
time dad.
I think we've all been there with we have kids. Like we're more excited than they are. They just look at the tree and they're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had like absolutely no reaction. I guess I overestimated how excited. It was like you said, I was way more excited because I do like this time of year. I try to be, obviously a great, good person to everyone and have the best character and everything throughout the year and treat everybody the way I would want to be treated and stuff like that. But this time of year is special and I do enjoy it. So, and it's just, it's more fun when you have more family to celebrate with. So it's cool. This year, my kids are a little bit older, and they're going to be excited to get their gifts and spend time with the family and stuff like that. Please note the disclaimer that Expat Stacker and Silver Conundrum are not financial advisors or experts. Investing is risky and comes with the chance that you could lose money. So talk to a licensed professional before making any decisions about what to do with your money. This video and all of the contents on our channels is for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. This will not be the last video of the year because we do still have one more part of episode 6, which will be released on Silver Conundrum's channel sometime next week. So the last week of December. So this is technically not the last episode of the year, but we did want to say Happy New Year to everybody. We wish everybody nothing but the best, good fortune, good health in 2021. And what we're going to do in this episode is just kind of run through our experience on the Silvercast so far this year. I feel like it's been a while since it's just been me and you, man. Right?
It has been. I don't know, man. It's been ever since June, July time frame.
Yeah, I think we've been having like guests on and stuff, and that's been really cool. So, and we'll talk about that, and then we're also going to get through our top 5 pieces of silver from 2020. So I'm gonna talk about the top 5 pieces of silver that I bought. Not everything that's available in the world, but the top 5 pieces of silver that I actually acquired from 2020. So it's got to be a 2020 piece of silver and something that I actually got, and then you'll do the same, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. And then after that, we're going to talk about some things that we just are looking forward to and excited about in 2021. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So our first guest was Golden Gun. At that time, you were sick, and there was also a hurricane coming through. Yeah. So unfortunately, you were not able to join us, but you, a man of the people, asked us to go ahead and proceed. So I'm sure everyone appreciates that. And the people who are listening to us were wishing you well and everything, and that was really cool. So, and if I understand it correctly, there was no major damage or anything like that, right?
That's correct. We got lucky, man. The only thing we had done to us was the power got knocked out, and that was only for a couple of days, and that's about it. And other than that, in our area, we didn't have any major damage except for a few uprooted trees. We got by pretty well, and no one got really scathed during the incident.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So when you listened to the episode with Golden Gun, like, what were you thinking?
Well, I was like, in my heart, I was sad because I wanted to be there so bad because I love him as a person, and he's like one of my inspirations. Like, I even bought a piece of gold, like my first piece of gold that I actually physically went out and bought over him, just to, in good faith, like, hey, I'm a Golden Gun. I bought a piece of gold because of you, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be there because there's questions I wanted to ask, and it's just like, well, even though you asked him for me, it still wasn't the same thing. I was like, because I wanted to be there as our first guest, and me being sick down with the flu, man. And there's nothing, ladies, you know what I'm about to say. There's nothing worse than a man being sick with the flu. I mean, we turn into little kids. It ain't no joke. My wife, she comes in there, she's babying me. I'm a 49-year-old man. I'm like, I'm sick. I don't want to do nothing. Leave me alone. And she comes in there, she's like, grow up, take your medicine, and just rest. I'm like, I'm a grown man. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, ma'am. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be there so bad. But listening to it was just so insightful. Just the way he talked about things, how things are done over there. And then every episode you guys did was just so much better. So it was just really, really good. You guys knocked it out of the park. Even though I wasn't there, I was just highly impressed, and the knowledge that man has. It just blow me away.
Yeah, man. And for me, being over here in Korea, I was excited as well to speak to another international stacker. And like you said, Golden Gun, he's got great personality, great channel, and a lot of knowledge. And so it was really eye-opening to talk to him. I didn't expect to hear about like the forums and the meetups and stuff like that. And I didn't know about some of the rules in Australia about as far as like what the taxes and how things are bought and sold on the secondary market and what's difficult to find there and stuff like that. So that was really interesting to hear from him and discuss with him. And I feel like I kind of, based on his perspective, I got a little bit of a wider view of kind of my place in the world and what I have access to, and in relation to the US and everything like that. So and sometimes I just kind of wondered, because actually recently I found a big community of stackers here in Korea finally, after years of looking. But I at that point when I had the when we did the Silvercast with Golden Gun, I hadn't found anyone here, so I was really curious about like how it's like in other countries like Australia and stuff. So that was great, really good perspective. And then for our second guest, Silver 5150, you were able to make it. So that was like
Yep.
our second guest, but your first time doing the joint like podcast with a guest kind of thing. And so what was that like?
Well, to me, that right there was icing on the cake. Well, as you already know, he was already the one that got me into doing a YouTube channel. He's the one who inspired me to do it. And if it wasn't for him, as we've already said in the past, you and I never would have met because, well, for one, I never would have started a channel, and you never would have watched his video to tell you to come see my channel, and then you and I never would have met up, and then we wouldn't be where we are right now. And to be honest with you, man, I think destiny kicked in, and here we are. That, to me, that was just a big eye opener. And then just the knowledge that man has on just the whole big picture of silver, on its economic uses, its industrial uses. I mean, just all the way down to the macroeconomic side of it is just, it's mind-boggling how much he actually knows about it. And the knowledge that man tries to teach everybody with the song and just show and breaks it down for people to understand down into layman's terms is exponentially, how do I put this? It's in a term that even my daughter can understand, and teaches a 10-year-old the understanding that the world outside of silver is a fiat and silver and gold is a finite. And she understands that, and she understands that there is a big differential of space there. And when he can break it down to where a child can understand it, adults do not have an excuse. And that's a magical touch for me, to understand that there's another human being out there who can break it down in YouTube land where children can understand it and adults need to understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. And yeah, you're right. Without Silver 5150, we would never have, you know, met up with each other, and this Silvercast wouldn't be going. And I think, and by the way, in case anybody is not aware, Silver 5150 and Silver Joker also have their own joint podcast called the Silver Spot. Really great stuff over there, and you guys should definitely go check that out. And Silver 5150, yeah, he has. That's one thing. I'm just gonna jump ahead real quick that I'm looking forward to in 2021 is like the market updates and everything coming back, hopefully. And you know, like you said, he has years of experience and he just breaks everything down. He's got really, you know, he's a high energy person, and he has a lot of experience and knowledge, and you know, this is something that he's passionate about, and you can just tell. And those are the people that I listen to and that I respect, even if they're, you know, there's people, we're human beings, so nobody's perfect, but like, if someone, I'd rather listen to someone who is passionate about whatever it is that they're doing and who is doing it in good faith, as I think we can all agree Silver 5150 does. And perhaps, you know, once in a while maybe get something wrong. Not to say that 5150 got anything wrong, but I'm just saying I respect people who are passionate about stuff and who are doing it in good faith, and, you know, as a human being does once in a while, doesn't hit the mark, versus somebody who doesn't really care. They're doing it for ulterior motives, you know, and so I totally respect that, you know what I mean? And yeah, he's one of the top channels, you know, if not the top channel in my opinion. And it was a big thing to have him on, I think, you know. So that was really fun and interesting, and really appreciated the time that he gave us, and really enjoying his channel and the Silver Spot. And after that, then we had Mr. Fishy Fish, Inefficient Stacker. And man, that was like the funniest. You know, he also has a lot of, I mean, he's also like 100% genuine. He's also really passionate, and he has, as we discussed, you know, a lot of creative ideas about how to bring new people into the community, and about how to just enjoy and celebrate this stuff as a community. But wow, that was a funny interview with that man. We yeah, I was like editing the videos later and at night, and I was trying not to wake up my kids because I was just laughing so hard when listening to it again. So, but what were your thoughts on having Fish on?
Man, I tell you right now, he broke my funny bone. Like, I had to go get a cast put on it. That man, I haven't laughed so hard literally in years. I don't know any other way to put it. The man is a plethora of knowledge, and he does it in a way that's humorous at the same time. I mean, if you want somebody who's going to enlighten your knowledge base and at the same time make you laugh, that's the one who's going to do it to for you. I mean, he has a way of delivering the punchline. Shoot, even the way we were talking, he was picking up on things that you and I wasn't even thinking about. He's just throwing out one-liners at us, and we're like, "Whoa, stop the show, stop." Having to go back and having to recalculate things is like, wait a minute, I didn't say that, did I? And you
Yeah.
go back and look at it, we're like, yes, I did. Crap, sorry.
Yeah,
I
I was talking like, oh yeah, like I sometimes like go missing MIA for like a week or two from YouTube, but it's okay. There's so many channels out there. I'm not that important. And then you were like, agreed, and blah 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 blah. And then he just sat there and listened. And then like 2 minutes later, he's like, by the way, I just want to point out that Expat, you said you're not that important, and Silver Conundrum, you said agreed.
exactly. And I mean, there's things like that right there. I mean, just thinking back on it, man, makes my side hurt still from laughing. And as you already know, I don't know what I did to my back, but it hurts. And laughing now hurts it even worse, but it's still worth it. And I tell you, man, the man is a comical genius. And I don't even know if he's even trying to be. He just is.
Yeah, he totally. I mean, I asked him like, "How do you think of some of this stuff?" He's like, "It's just the way I am, you know." And I think like on the level that, like, I would say like Silver 5150 with the singing and with like he makes like these interesting kind of fictional or semi-fictional stories, about like what the future could be and stuff like that. As entertaining as he is and as much knowledge as he delivers, Inefficient Stacker is the same, but like with a more comedic twist, So it was really great to have him on, and he made some really good points too about like, about how like his gauze, for example, are not just random YouTube picker, whatever. He tries to do it in a way where he's interacting with the community and stuff, and I really felt that was kind of eye-opening as well, because yeah, we have a really great community, and we know that, we always talk about that, and we see that every day whenever we post a video or any one of us makes a comment or something. It's great, but it's also great to do something with that, and to have fun with it and actually, do something as a community. So he gets people to do that, and it even kind of, on that episode, I shared the idea of like, us coming together as a group and trying to get the Mint to do something. And already I kind of put it out there after releasing that episode. And already, I mean, of course, we get massive support for that, but also people are giving me feedback that's useful. And so we're able to do it in a more effective way that might get us the outcome that we want. Bullion Addict said that whenever the U.S. Mint has to or wants to do something new, like a new design or something, then it requires congressional approval. And I need to look into that, because one of the things that we proposed was to make like a smaller size fractional gold buffaloes. So that's something that exists already. It would just be a different size. So would that require congressional approval? I'm not sure, but we also talked about 10-ounce bars, and I think that would be a new thing for the U.S. Mint. So, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to my congressional representative and ask about it. So, I mean, just being able to take, Silver 5150 gave you a shout out, and that's how basically was the catalyst for this whole thing. Just that one little shout out. Inefficient Stacker made some challenge or some thing that get the community participating, and that got the wheels turning. We inspire each other, and we help each other and support each other, and I just think that it can go a really long way in this community, because we're such a tight-knit group, and we understand each other and we support each other. So we've only had 3 guests on, but we do 3 episodes per guest. So that's 9 episodes that we've got so far. So that's like, over
a pretty
2
good
months
bit.
of content. So, I mean, I feel like it's been a lot, even though it's just 3 people. We talk about really great stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's been really great so far.
I have to agree with you, man. Not a single episode or a single guest has come up short or left wanting. I've been thoroughly impressed by everybody that we've had on. I mean, everybody has been the total package and then some.
Yeah, absolutely. And little teaser for folks. Again, looking forward to 2021. The next guest that we're looking to have on is going to be Juice Stacker. If you don't know Juice Stacker, you got to go check him out. Really great. And we're definitely looking forward to having him on. And we got a few other names on our list. It's kind of slow moving because, like you said, one guest is basically like a month worth of content. So we're only going to have like 10, 11, 12 guests on per year if we do it like every week, every episode. So but that's who our next guest is hopefully going to be, and we're really looking forward to that. So far, I mean, I have just really enjoyed doing this Silvercast thing with you, and with all of our guests and everybody who supports us. We really appreciate it. Thank you. It's been really cool. So I'm looking forward to that as well in 2021. So all right, let's go ahead and you got anything else you want to say about the Silvercast?
Nah, brother, you pretty much hit everything on the head. I mean, everybody that we've had on has been great. I mean, everything that's going on so far has all been exactly what it is. It's been slow moving, but a strong and steady pace. So I'm happy with everything, happy with all of our guests, happy that the way things are turning out. So tell me, what is your top 5 coins for 2020 out of curiosity?
Yeah, so these are my top 5 pieces of silver from 2020 that I got. So, just keep in mind that I'm here in Korea, so I don't have access to everything that folks in other countries might have. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. All right, so before I give my number 5, I'm gonna start from number 5, and then we'll just go back and forth until we get to number 1. But I'm gonna cheat a little bit, okay? Because I want to give some honorable mentions real quick before, because these are pieces that I really really like, but I they just didn't make my top 5. So the first one is my Comscope kilo bars. They didn't make the list because they're not clearly from 2020, but I really love those things. And they were minted. They started, I think, 2018 or 2018, and but they've been continuing to make them. So I hope they continue to make them into next year. I definitely want to get more of those things. The next one was the Comsco South Korean Tiger. I was going back and forth between this coin and another coin for the number 5 spot, but Comsco South Korean Tiger is a continuation of their Tiger series. This 2020 has a 33,000 mintage, so it's not super high, but the design of that coin is it's a continuation, but it's also something like they took it in a different direction, and it has a lot of like kind of personal or meaning that I can relate with. So I think it's a really cool coin. And then I'm excited to see what they do next with that series. And then 2 other honorable mentions are the 2020 Year of the Mouse with the Dragon Privy from the Perth Mint, and the 2020 2-ounce Canadian Kraken coin. And they didn't make the list because my number 5 piece is my 2020 Comsco South Korean Phoenix. I'm a homer, so I couldn't get those other 2 pieces on there. So I did a video on this. It's not technically a coin. It's in a gray area because it is from the sovereign mint, but it's not denominated in the country's currency. But whatever, I'm just gonna call it a coin. I don't know what the mintage cap is. Comsco didn't announce it, but I've seen some reports in some places I don't know if they're just guessing or what, but I've seen that it's around 30,000, but I'm not sure. But I'm sure we'll find out retroactively later. But um, there's a lot of meaning and significance packed into this coin, and I did a video on it and I reviewed like all of it. And the Phoenix is a really meaningful, mystical character, and I'm glad to see Comsco. They kind of jumped on the scene probably 5-6 years ago, and I'm glad to see them. The South Korean Phoenix is a new offering from them, so I'm glad that they're um, you know continuing to cement their place on the international scene, and they're releasing new things to go alongside the Tiger and the Chiwoo and the Z Sin series that are really popular from Comsco. So, and I have something really cool that I showed you that I'm gonna show to people between Christmas and New Year's, which is related to this coin. It's really cool. You guys have never seen anything like this, I promise. So, what's your top 5 coins, starting with number 5?
So starting with number 5 for me is the same as you, man. Believe it or not, it is which is oh my god, my mind just went blank. It's the Phoenix. That is my number 5. Then it would be the next one would be the Chi Wang. It's the one where he's riding the horse, or not riding the horse, but he's got the shield and a sword, and he's right in front of the gates of hell. It's the
Yeah,
one where the gates are opening up.
yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
yeah,
my number 4. I don't know why, man, but I'm big into the whole series
yeah,
of the Chi Wang and the Z Sin series.
yeah,
But I did like the Tiger, Comsco Tiger.
yeah,
But like you said, it didn't make my list either. I was kind of like, yeah, I'm weighing my options out. I'm like, the Kitty's cool, but the Phoenix is way better. And
yeah,
but so here's where it goes for me from there. So Tuvalu put out that 2020 Dragon, man, that 2-ounce coin. I fell in love with it.
hmm,
That's going to be my number 1. Obviously, that's my number 1. The number 2 is going to be a Tuvalu. It's a 1-ounce. The name of the coin is called the Red Dragon. It's a Tuvalu 1-ounce coin. That would be my number 2. And my number 3 would go in there, would be, again, it's another dragon coin, because you know me, I'm basic. But it's the Cook Islands. It's called the Green Dragon, from
hmm,
2020, and it picks a green dragon on it if you get the colorized version, and it's a 1-ounce 2020 coin. They're relatively inexpensive for what they are, but that's one of those. That would be my top 5 coins to pick. Now for 2021, boy, I got some gems in there. They ain't gonna be cheap. I
yeah.
can tell you that now.
All right, so let me go through my number 4 through 1. That's funny. By the way, we did not share our lists beforehand, so we both had the South Korean Phoenix at number 5. For number 4, I had the 2020 Germania Mint Fafnir coins, mintage of 25,000 pieces. This coin has really intricate detail on like every single millimeter of the coin. It's incredible. That was my first coin from Germania Mint, and I was really impressed by that. And the story behind Fafnir is a really cool story, and one that has morals and meaning and stuff. So I like that. And it's a very innovative design with how the obverse and the reverse match up together. I don't think they're the first ones to do that, but the way that they did it, they pretty much get you to buy 2 ounces of silver with 1 coin. So that's cool.
Yep.
It's a series, and I think they timed the release perfectly because the Queen's Beast series just finished up, and that one was really popular. So that was my number 4, and because of that coin being so impressive, um, I got the number 3 coin on my list, which is the 2020 1-ounce Germania Proof. This coin has a mintage of 1,000 only, so that's pretty low. It's a flawless coin, and I just love how it's so heavily influenced with like Roman symbolism and design and culture, and just all around just a really incredible piece. And oh, man, I just, it was hard to do that video because I was just like totally speechless, looking at that thing. And I think it might be one of the lowest mintage pieces that I have, of only 1,000. So my number two coin for 2020 is the BU 2020 Silver Gods of Olympus series from Tuvalu. This has a mintage of 13,500, and this is also a new series from them. I think they may have done like a 2-ounce series before in the past, but this, I was not expecting this. I didn't know this was coming out. I don't know if anyone did, but whoa, man, when I saw this, I just knew right away, I got to get this, and this is like right before the silver price really broke out this year. So I was like really lucky to pick this up. I mean, I think I got it for like around maybe $30. I mean, literally, as soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, I got to get that. I didn't think about it or anything. I just got it, and I'm very excited to see what's coming next from that one. So I don't know if anybody really knew that one was coming out. It seemed like it just came out and everybody was talking about it, and then it just kind of disappeared. The antique version's really cool as well. So, and then my number one, I don't know if anybody who's familiar with my channel will be surprised about this, but it's the Proof and the BU. So I'm cheating again. I swear I'm an honest person, guys, but just cheating on this list. It's the Proof and the BU 2020 Dragon Coin Bar from the Perth Mint. I just think it's perfect. It's a coin. It's a bar. It's from a sovereign mint, and it's backed by government. It's semi-numismatic. It has the mintage for the BU is 250,000, and for the proofs it's 3,888. They change the design every year, and also, like you said, it's got dragons on it. So who doesn't love dragons? And I've been collecting this series since it came out, so I'm going to continue to do that. To me, it's everything that somebody who acquires precious metals could want. Like I said, it's a coin, it's a bar, it's backed by a government, it has changing design every year, it's got kind of limited mintage and stuff. It's just perfect. So I love that series. Can't get enough of it. So that's my number one. So yeah, that's our top 5 lists with some honorable mentions. And I think for 2021, I'm looking forward to basically almost everything I mentioned on my top 5 list. I really want to see what they're going to do with that Germania Proof. I mean, the Germania Beast series. I want to see like what the next one is going to be. Same thing with the Canadian Northern Beast. So the Kraken coin that was really popular this year. I want to see what the next beast is going to be, as well as the next Olympus god. I'm hoping it's Poseidon, because I really like Poseidon. I'll give you a little hint about that. Like, my whole entire back is covered with a tattoo of Poseidon. So I really do like Poseidon, and I hope that's going to be the next one from that series. So, and I'm wondering if Comsco is going to continue the Phoenix as like a series, or if that's just going to be something from 2021, 2020, or what. And also, of course, I'm looking forward to the next Tiger. And then everybody kind of talks about it. In the beginning part of 2021, we're going to see the same American Eagle design, and then they're going to change it, like, I guess midway
through the year.
Yeah. So of course I'm excited to see that after however many years, 40 years. or
Yes,
whatever
it's
it's been.
1986.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what the new one looks like when I actually get it in my hand. So, um, and yeah, I mean, I already got some 2021 pieces, but those are the ones I'm really looking forward to most. What about you? What are you looking forward to in terms of silver in 2021?
So you know me, man. I'm very eccentric when it comes to silver. So I don't just I stack weight for weight, but when it comes to collecting, I'm on the high end of the spectrum. So there's one actually out there, and I suggest everybody take a couple look at what I'm about to mention. So it's called the Dragon and Phoenix Caisson Sealing. It's the 2021 100-gram 3D relief is what it is. And what it is a square. It's 100 grams, so it's just over 2 ounces. And what it is so intricate, man. And it's going to be around $300 or $400 range for this particular coin, and it's backed by a government. And I'm looking forward to this thing. And when you look at this coin, at least from what I've seen of it in the magazines, it's going to be so intricate that it's mind-boggling how they did this artwork. And you're buying artwork. Yeah, it's a coin, it's silver, it's backed by a government, but it's art. And there's another one that's coming out too next year, and I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's called. His name is the God of Wealth, and I want to say it's a 3 ounce coin, and he's in the shape of the Chinese God of Wealth. And when he comes in, he's going to have the shape of an actual figure, and I think it's called Feng Shui Symbol Series, and it's going to be the first one in this series. And sorry, it's going to be 2 ounces. I just pulled it up, and he is. If you guys have the chance, look up God of Wealth Feng Shui Symbol Series 2021 2 ounce pure silver special shaped coin. When you guys see this is going to be the first in a series of coins. This little fellow right here is one that I'm going to have for my collection, because we all know the dragon is the symbol of good fortune, and this guy is the symbol of wealth. And his symbol on his chest of his robe is a dragon, and that's what I'm after. So there's gonna be a bunch of good coins coming out, and there's another one called the Forbidden Dragon of 2021. It's a 2 ounce coin, but the artwork on this thing, man, is just elaborate. I don't know any other way to say it. And there's just so many coins that are coming out next year. And if you just like art style coins, high definition, high end, that ultra high relief, man, you guys are going to be in for a treat next year, man. They are coming out with some awesome things, and they are going to be just beyond belief. They're going to put last year's coins to shame. They're going to put 2020 coins to shame. These new coins coming out in 2021 are going to be using new techniques and new everything. They've been talking about this new laser image printing technique they're going to be using. They've been perfecting it. Mint 21 has actually been talking about this, brother, and they have almost perfected it to the point of, how do I put this? Just the word awe comes to mind, because that's all you can say is when you see it, you're just like, oh, that's awesome. I mean, that's just what it's going to be. So I'm going to send you some links to these things later on, brother, just so you can see what I'm talking about, because
Yeah,
these coins are just beyond beautiful. They're not pores, they're laser. It's just, it's amazing how they do these things.
yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you send the links, we can put them in the description. People could check it out. So the first one you mentioned is 100 grams.
So that one is going to be the sealing one. Yeah, it's 100 grams, I think it is. I'm going to go back to it and check it, because I had to
Okay.
pull it up on my phone.
I think you might have accidentally said that it's just over 2 ounces, but it's just over 3 ounces. Just in case, just so.
Oh
fish,
yeah, it is. Sorry, it's just over 3 ounces.
yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
Just so fish doesn't come and roast us and catch everybody in the comments. Doesn't get us and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's the truth. But yeah, it's just over 3 ounces, excuse me, at 100 grams.
yeah,
But yeah, man, it's they're all just beautiful coins. And I'll send you the link to all the coins that are coming out next year. And you can just show it off to everybody because these coins are just phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I trust you when you say that, like, it's on a new level, because like the samurai coin that you showed off earlier this year, I couldn't believe the level of detail that went into that coin. Like even in the background, right? Like the roof, the tiles on the roof, and like the bricks that had, like, of the broken building and stuff that were piled. Those are just stuff and things that were in the background of that coin. And it was just like, wow, like, how did they do that to that degree of precision? It's pretty amazing what they can do.
Yep.
So I mean, when you're saying that it's going to put all these coins from 2020 and in the past to shame, I mean, I trust your judgment, because some of these coins that you've showed off, and some of the other dragons and stuff that you've shown on your channel, it's like, it's just, I mean, there's nothing you can do except look at it and just be, you know, I don't want to say entertained, but like just be intrigued by how like detailed it is, and how incredible the precision is with how they make these pieces. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that stuff as well. So I mean, I think next year for me personally, as I've mentioned on the channel, my wife is pregnant, so I'm going to be having another kid that's due in the summertime. So I think, 2020 was actually a pretty good year for me in terms of like stacking wise. And I expanded my stack. Like, I got some new countries in there and stuff, and I exceeded all of my goals, which I'm going to be coming out with videos talking about what my goals were and where I actually ended up, and I'll show all my pickups. I still have a couple more things that are on the way that are coming in, so it'll probably come out in January, actually, because some of them are on pre-order. But for 2021, I think I'll still try to challenge myself, but my number one priority will be that, expanding my family. And one thing that I think is that when you have people depending on you, and even the older you get, the more kind of safe and secure you have to be. So I'm going to try to expand my cash savings as like a buffer to my stack, to protect my stack, and try to make sure everything's taken care of with the family and stuff like that. So I might not set my goals as high, right, as if I wasn't going to have a kid. So but I'm still going to be stacking. I'm still really excited for a lot of things to come in 2021. So, but what do you think? What are you looking forward to? What are your plans for 2021?
Well, my plans are, man, I'm going to do like I did this year. I'm going to set myself with milestones for each quarter of the year. So, like, my goal this year was 500 ounces. Once I hit a milestone, I'm going to splurge a little bit on things that I like. And then and the way I splurge is, let's say, for example, I do 500 ounces. That's 125 ounces a quarter, right? So once I hit that 125 ounces, I'll say silver is, let's say, for example, simple numbers, $10 an ounce. I'll do $10 an ounce times 125, and then I'll take 10% of that value, and that's what I'll splurge with, 10% of whatever the 125 ounces is. And I'll let myself splurge on whatever that time frame is. And then the next quarter, I'll do the same thing. And the next quarter, the same thing. And then the last quarter, the same thing. And once I hit my goal of 500 ounces, whatever time's left over at the end of the year, I will splurge on whatever I want to after that. The sky's the limit. I won't add to the heavy stack. I'll just buy what I want to buy. That's when my dragon collection starts growing real hard and heavy at the end of the year, because if I reach my goal, all that extra money that I've spent and saved up and stuff, it goes into my dragon collection. And same thing. And if other people have a similar way of doing things, that's awesome. But that's what I do. Like I'll set myself mini goals and one grand goal. And I'll reward myself once I hit that mini goal of whatever those ounces are for the first 4 months. And then that allows me to better myself for the next 4 months. Gives me that goal to drive towards. Because even if you add, say for example, let's say you like pandas, but pandas are too expensive for your stack for what you want to do. But once you reach your goal for your stack, even though you go out and buy you 20 or 30 pandas, you're still adding silver to your stack. It just might not be the same silver that you normally would add, but it's still weight. So once you get it in there, it's still there. And then you can go on to your next, whatever your core stack is going to be again. And it just gives you a little bit of diversity to it.
Yeah. I like that with the milestones and stuff like that, because I in the past have set myself just one annual goal, and I take a look at how things are going 6 months into the year and make an assessment. And usually I try to challenge myself that so much that like I barely make the goal, or I don't make the goal. But I don't feel bad about that. That's how I make progress on stuff. But this year some things changed very unexpectedly for me. A bunch of things changed very unexpectedly for me after I had set my stacking goals already. So I mean, I hit my goals probably in the third quarter or maybe even second quarter of this year. And then I was just, for a while, I was just like, well, I hit my goals, so I'm just kind of having fun. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can still stack. So I kind of like was like, I had a few videos where I picked up stuff that I liked. And I was like, after that, I was like, okay, I need to do some more stacking, you know? So things are good right now, so let's just stack. So if you have like quarterly milestones or more regular milestones like that, you know, that's a good way to avoid getting lost, you know, because it's good to have goals, you know, definitely quantifiable goals that you can adjust depending on the circumstances. I think are really good. You know, when it comes to like New Year's resolutions and stuff, people always say stuff like, oh, I want to spend more time with my kids, or I want to lose weight, or whatever it is. And those are good things. But at least for me personally, if I set a goal that way, where I just say, oh, I want to change my behavior in this way, it probably more than likely isn't going to happen unless it's something that I want to like stop doing. Right. So like, for example, I used to smoke a number of years ago. I quit smoking. That was a goal of mine. But even that, it wasn't as easy as I'm going to stop doing this. I had to find other activities to replace it with and ways to encourage myself and stuff like that. But setting goals that are quantifiable and setting milestones so you can track your progress, right? So if we use another example outside of stacking, like weight loss, for example, if I wanted to say I'm going to lose 20 pounds or 10 kilograms or whatever it is, then you can track your progress, right? And that way you don't just lose sight of why you're exercising in the first place. So how you set your goals and how you track your progress, I think, is important for not only stacking, but like everything in life, right? So, I mean, and I think I talked to Golden Gun about this when we had him on, and he had more of a kind of like adaptive approach than what I had, where he would kind of get something and then see how it fit in with his stack, and then see what direction he wanted to go into next, with, of course, kind of overall goal in mind. So I think that different people are different, and we can all set goals in a way that'll work for us. Just knowing what works for you and trying out different things, it really does make a big difference. So I really like that idea of like the quarterly milestones, and I might try to use that idea for this year, so I can achieve some of the goals that I want. So Yeah. So those are the pieces that we're looking forward to in 2021, and that's what we're planning to do in 2021. I mean, I think you're about to hit 300 subscribers, right?
Very close, man. I'm 5 away. And once we
Yeah.
hit once we hit that 300, we have a giveaway.
Okay, so there you go. Got a giveaway going on. We got another week left in 2020. So let's get Silver Conundrum over the 300 mark in 2020 and let him have a great new year with that. And I just passed over 500. So, I mean, for our individual channels and for this Silvercast, I really do appreciate every single person. We talked to Inefficient Stacker about this. I think we talked to Silver 5150 about it. We talked to Golden Gun about it. We talk about it all the time. This is probably the best and most rewarding kind of pastime that someone could have, but it's like an active pastime that just really actively improves your life and your financial stability and your safety and security. It's fun, it's interesting, it's educational, it's something that you can use to connect with other people, make new friends. It's a way to connect with your family members, your kids, your whoever. And I mean, even if you're not subscribed to my channel, but you watch and you comment and stuff like that, I just really appreciate you. And I've met so many people from all over the world. I've gotten comments from younger folks, older folks, my peers, men, women, everything, I really, really appreciate it. And one thing that I really like is whenever I go to YouTube, I always have a positive experience. I learn stuff, and I hope that everybody who is listening to this, I know 2020 was a very unique, crazy, difficult year, but I hope that if you had a difficult time, that your situation begins to improve now. And I'm wishing everybody the best. Nothing but blessings and good fortune to you and good health to you and your loved ones in 2021. And I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, sincerely. I really do appreciate that. It's weird because we talk anonymously, right? But in a way, I don't know, it's like the only thing we have to see is each other's character, So in a way, even though we're anonymous, we're actually, in a way, I don't know, like it makes us closer in a weird way. So, but I just wanted to say that, and I wish everybody a happy new year. So, do you got anything you want to say before we finish this off?
Nah, brother, you pretty much said everything I was going to try to say. So with that all being what it is, everybody out there is like family in a way, because like I said before in our past podcasts, when one of us is in trouble, everybody in a way comes to their aid. Whether how do I explain this without sounding all gushy? We might sell one of us might sell our stack, and we might overpay for a piece out of that stack, knowing we're overpaying for it. However, we're doing it as our way of helping that person. So an ounce of silver might be $10, but we might pay $40 for it, just so we can help that person without that person feeling like they're getting free help, so to speak. And this community comes together like this all the time. And it has done this since I've been in the community on the YouTube side of it. I've seen this happen multiple times, and the community steps up to help out somebody, and it's just beautiful, man. It gives you a little bit of hope and humanity. It lets you see that, hey, not everybody out there is out to get somebody, and not everybody out there is out to hurt somebody. Like, our community stands strong, and we stand together. And I'm not just talking about one person from the same country. I'm talking about people from multiple countries, multiple backgrounds, multiple ethnicities. So I mean, we all stand together. It doesn't matter race, color, creed. We are one people, and we prove that by our ideology. Everything else gets kicked out the window. When one of us is in trouble, we all step up to help. And that to me right there is what being human is all about. That's what this season is all about. That's what being a stacker, what we are, so to speak, is all about. And that right there just gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, man, really well said. Really well said. I completely agree with you on that. So, with that said, folks, once again, thanks a lot from us to you. And we're posting this on both of our channels, which is we do either one on Conundrum's channel and one on mine. So don't get confused. We're just posting the same one on both of our channels for this one-off Merry Christmas, Happy New Year episode. So we hope you guys enjoy the time, the season with your loved ones, and Happy New Year. We'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Later, everyone.